po binabayad po namin sa...
I also have debts to pay. Everything is so expensive now.
Sa sobra po ng...
I borrowed money for the seeds, for the land, and also to buy the fertilizers.
Na ang magsasaka dapat bigyan nila ng pansin na tulungan talaga nila kasi ito man talaga ang pinakakailangan talaga ng tao. Kahit nga hindi magsasaka, kahit nga kayo, mula sa magsasaka ang kinukuhanan ng pagkain.
Food is deemed necessary for life. Essentially, it provides the nutrients that help beings function, to grow, to get nurtured, to work, to think, among other functions that life embodies. It is the third most important necessity of life, apart from air and water. Intrinsically, food is capable and important to foster growth and nutrition. But what happens when food is scarce? What happens when this necessity, this lifeline, can no longer be found and provided in our dining tables? What is the future of this four-letter word deemed necessary for life? In this video, we seek to know the ins and outs of food security, safety, and the controversial issue on genetically modified organisms. We are set to find out what these issues really entail, especially for our nation, and what is at stake for the future of food for Filipino people.
I'm Evangeline Liao, a registered nutritionist dietitian, and I work in a diet delivery service company. So speaking about food security and food safety, food security is actually just simply about the availability of the food or supply in a community or in a nation. In terms of food security here in the Philippines right now, actually, I cannot actually say na nagkukulang tayo ng supply or ng resources, pero more of like kailangan lang talaga natin i-maximize yung resources na meron tayo. Another problem na major na nakikita ko about this area is actually more on the pricing ng food natin. Since maraming tao or maraming groups of people na hindi rin nakaka-afford ng certain items, kaya ang nabibili na lang nila is yung usual na instant or yung mga food na mas mura. So actually, syempre, in terms of my profession and on my field, at risk din siya since mas madaming bata or mas madaming families yung nagiging at risk for malnutrition or undernutrition in that sense. Kasi yun nga, hindi sila nakaka-afford ng decent food, which is also another characteristic of a stable food security status kasi na it should also be affordable for the people na within a community or a nation. In terms of food safety naman, it's about mainly yung how the food is safe for consumption. So mainly about cleanliness ng preparation or paano siya pinrepare, saan siya pinurchase, most especially yung ingredients. For those people na limited lang yung afford din nila, syempre hindi naman to mainly nagiging focus. Hindi na nagiging focus na kung malinis ba yung kinakain nila or what. Kasi yun nga, may certain groups na hindi naman nila afford, and ang concern lang nila is to get their stomachs filled up. So still another issue in terms of nutrition as well, na parang compromise na lang or settle on these types of food instead of aiming or looking forward to have a more nutritious meals. So my hopes for this issue is malesen yung pag-import natin ng goods or ng items from other nations or other countries, kasi syempre it costs more, kaya mas mataas yung nagiging price ng food instead of maximizing yung resources na meron tayo, like the farmers that we have, and yung products that we have kasi there are certain provinces pa rin naman na madami silang napoproduce na crops. So we can just really maximize it in purchasing those items para at least mas mura din in terms of transportation and other cost na nakaka-add dun sa amount ng dun sa food item na yun. Second naman is malesen yung urbanization on the fields kasi there are a lot of places na yung mga farms ginagawa nilang urbanized. So in the long run din kasi it can be a problem of food security na talaga na as in hindi na tayo makapag-produce ng enough crops for the amount of people we have here in this country kasi konti na lang yung fields natin. So hopefully there would be more programs on improving yung crops or yung farming, yung agriculture more than yung urbanizing yung places na. Third is actually na mas maging affordable yung food items natin or magkaroon tayo ng products na mas nutritious or resources na wherein mas low yung cost para mas madaming taong maka-afford ng food talaga, hindi yung manufactured or chemically made na food, pero yung naturally grown na food na from farm to fork talaga siya na mangyayari. In terms of genetically modified organisms, actually, yung main purpose naman kasi nun is mainly nagpo-focus dun sa kung ano yung magiging itsura ng food upon purchasing, and at the same time, syempre, from transport, syempre malalayo yung mga lugar natin from the farm and then to the city. So, mostly yun yung mga ginagamitan nila ng GMOs para at least hindi madaling masira yung food. In terms of its effects and yung risk in the body, I think there are not yet enough studies to prove na it's harmful. So, we actually cannot say na it's bad or it's good. But physically or aesthetically, it's good for the food. Pero yun nga, further studies should be made more para mas makita yung effect niya.
How much do you know about GMOs?
Are GMOs plants?
Can GMOs contaminate organic food?
How about corn?
What about rice?
How do you make them?
Why should I eat a poison plant?
Are they field testing?
When will we know if it's okay to eat them?
Can I choose what I eat?
Are they safe?
Have there been experiments involving animals fed GMOs?
Are they bad for the environment? Are they harmful?
Who can tell us if they're not safe?
Is it safe for children?
Are we already eating them? Does milk have GMOs?
What is our government doing?
Who tells us if they're safe?
Are GMOs animals?
How are they made?
How about organic food?
What happens when you eat them?
What have been the results of these experiments involving animals?
Is it sustainable?
Are GMOs labeled?
Have GMOs been proven safe for humans?
What food contains GMOs?
Who's for them? Who's against them? Who approves them?
What is a GMO? Well, it's an organism that's been genetically modified. This means scientists combine the DNA of one or more organisms for some specific genetic feature. Usually this entails engineering plants with toxic bacteria that kill bugs that try to eat the genetically modified plant. Currently, up to 88% of corn grown in the US is genetically modified, 91% of soybeans and 88% of cotton are GMO crops as well. These raw foods are then widely used in food production processes. Nearly 3 of every 4 processed foods contains at least one GMO ingredient. It's almost impossible to avoid products containing GMOs. Everything from soda and juice to canned tuna, breakfast cereal, even milk and delicious bacon can be genetically modified. Currently though, GMO products sit camouflaged on the store shelf. Consumers have no way of knowing if the food they are eating is genetically modified frankenfood or not. If GMO labeling was, however, legally mandated, consumers would have the power to choose for themselves. Because after all, you do have the right to know what's in your food.